Hello and welcome to Gavra Racing's GT3 series. You join us here at the race at Zolder. Apologize for technical difficulties preventing us from showing you the start of this race, but as it currently stands now, we are on lap 4 here at the Zolder GP round 10. And like I said, we apologize that we missed the first 7 minutes, so we'll get you up to date. I'm sure Dutch can actually give you a better description than I can.
I've typed it all into the Discord, everything that's happened, but could you quickly give me your account name first?
Oh. Sorry, this is actually
then I can quickly give it to the boys.
Right, this is being streamed on a secondary account. It may go to Gavra Racing at another time, but for now this is being uploaded on the channel known as The Chaos, and I'm just gonna type that to you. I'll just write you in the description.
Okay. I think I've got it. Yeah, I've got it. Long battle here. Ooh, contact between Vector and Honda.
The battle's still going on heavily for 5th place between the Porsche and the Mercedes. Honda has to let off.
There's already been quite a lot of contact as we've as Flip got knocked off, I think, in the first corner in Zolder, and Daza then spun out just before the second chicane and took Flip with him. Then UV and Joe were fighting for 10th. Oh, actually 9th. UV lost it in first corner, and Joe and David, his replacement teammate, got through. They're still in their respective places. And now it is Joe from Delavan, from Kev, and Bowie's fallen off quite a bit from where he was in the beginning. And yeah.
So obviously last week's winner, Flip, who already gotten off to a pretty poor start. He's already back down to 15th, made a pit stop too in that Janetta. On the flip side though, his teammate Razy also doing pretty badly at the back of the grid in 14th. So both of the Janetta guys having problems here early on at Zolder. And you see, oh, just up ahead, that is the spun Audi of Kev.
Kev? It is Kev, because, no wait, it's green, yeah, that's Kev. If it was blue, it was Cats.
So Kev's spinning whilst in that battle for 5th place. He now finds himself under attack from the Bentley of Joe.
It does cut the chicane.
So, I know it's a little bit disorienting, so we'll just give you a quick rundown of the grid. Currently, Johnny is sitting in the lead in that McLaren. He's gotten very used to that McLaren lead so far. Dalavan, who is the current championship points leader and is actually fighting Johnny in the current point standings, finds himself in 2nd place. Vectro currently sitting in 3rd place in the Porsche, and then just behind him you see Hondax and Kaz battling for 4th and 5th place in the Audi and Mercedes. 6th place, a bit of a return for Robert Racing as he also sits the 2nd seat of the McLaren car. And Joe is currently up into 7th place now. Good run from him, actually under attack from Kev, who spun previously on the last lap. And just behind them you can actually see David, his teammate, who's filling in for Jukebox here. Currently just behind these two battling for 7th place. And actually we got a couple of penalties down the grid. As you can see, Bowie, who's currently in 10th, currently sports a 2-second penalty. He's ahead of UV, and he was actually lapping again, I believe. That's Flip and Razy, who both suffered major damage in this race so far. So UV sits in 11th place. Eva also getting caught up, as well as Mike in the 2nd Mercedes car, as they are both currently sitting 1 lap down.
Oh, as Razy has disconnected. Because we had 16.
Not really sure who else.
No, Pete, that is not a glitch. Joe in 7th.
That's legitimate.
As we've seen before, Joe can get in the top 5 if miracles happen. Will a miracle happen here?
Yes, we'll go back on board this fight as there's actually multiple fights happening. You see Kev trying to squeeze his way up the inside of the Bentley. Just not able to get the move done. Currently sit back in 8th. Eagle has to hit once again in the missing.
I said before this, we've seen some very interesting races happen here before, so I was wondering if we were going to see anything like that again, and it does appear that this track does not fail to deliver.
Indeed. Actually, a little bit further up the grid, like we mentioned before, Hondak still is trying to hold on to 4th place right now because he's battling the second Audi of Kaz. Or, excuse me, Kaz fallen away from him. Hondak's catching up to the back of Vectro now. Hondak still looking for that first podium of the season.
Victor going quite wide, that will lose him some time down the straight here.
As actually Vectro himself has a penalty, so fans, Hondax will be de facto 3rd. It's a 5-second penalty.
Which that means he'll also be giving his place to Cass and Rubert. As Kev still can't get past Joe.
True, this track does sport quite a lot of straights, so straight line speed is quite important. As you see Hondax down the inside of Vector just a little bit, trying to force him wide. Vector's able to hold on to 3rd place for now.
Joe actually gets past, by the way. Kev just got through.
Yes, so Kev is able to get around the Bentley. Still fighting though for 7th place. Now, David, Joe's teammate for this race, is catching up to the back of Joe for now. So both the Bentleys will be fighting for 8th. David's first race here in GT3 this season. Right now doing pretty good though, currently sitting on the back of his teammate.
And I saw in the Discord, there will be no team orders between them, so they are fair game to each other.
That certainly hasn't caused issues in the past.
Nope.
You know, all fair when it comes to racing, I guess.
All's fair in love and war.
And still though, this battle for 3rd place. Well, not so much for 3rd place because this is more or less Hondax's 3rd place. Kaz, he's still able to come back through the field. We saw how unfortunate Kaz went out last week at Spa, so he's obviously looking to get a little bit of that momentum back for this week. See, we didn't really move far from Belgium to Spa, but nonetheless. Yeah, not Belgium to Spa. Belgium to Belgium. Yes, we're still in Belgium.
Oh, Honda.
Very wide. Oh, and he's in the grass. Oh, and he makes contact with Kaz.
That is both of them damaged.
Oh, and Honda's really hard in the back of the wall. Rubert goes by on the inside, manages to overtake both of them. And here comes Joe. Ooh, was that Joe? Did he make contact with the wall?
No, I don't think so. But also, something interesting though that I did see, if I can get that back. This is now the ugliest car in the world. Look at that without a rear wing.
Oh, the back's all dent out of it. But yeah, that was just a real unfortunate scenario. Hondax got on the grass and Kaz didn't really have anywhere to avoid, although Kaz, I think, didn't get as much damage as Hondax.
He did fall slightly further back though. Oh, I think he might have suspension damage.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas Hondax doesn't. Yeah, he's got suspension damage. Look, that left front is slightly lower. Let's see if we can't get on board here. You can see here on the straight having to correct quite a lot.
So Hondax now in the pits. Kaz will join in the pits. So this moves the Bentleys of David and Joe. David actually did get around Joe up into near the top 5 spots, actually.
Well, pretty much, yeah. They're in some good positions now. As I said, they can get a top 5 if miracles happen.
Right. But Hondax and Kaz have a long pit cycle ahead of them. Ooh, as Joe slows down, because that's the Mercedes of Mike who goes spinning into turn 2. Of course, Mike also having
This is not what they wanted.
Yeah, Mike having a torrid time too. Seems like both the Mercedes and both the Ginettas just having less than ideal days today.
I mean, if I'm looking correctly, Mercedes are still in the fight for the constructors. But this is not really what the Mercedes team wants. I can just get the scoreboard up.
Also, the Nissan with Evil Dragon is also out of this race now. So, there'll be one Nissan not scoring points. Bowie's still holding strong in 8th though. He can come back from his earlier incident.
I mean, we have seen him come back quite well from incidents, so let's see if this can be another one of those moves. Yeah, I mean, the Mercedes are fighting the Ginettas, and they are 1 point apart from each other, with the Mercs in 4 and the Ginettas in 3.
He's got the lap car flip just ahead of him, but just there in the distance you can see Joe. He's currently sitting in 7th place. David's actually been able to pull off quite the gap, so I think Joe had an instant. Well, not only did he have to slow down from Mike, but he must have had an instant somewhere else. But still a really good run for David on his first time of asking, though. Currently sitting 6th in the Bentley. Of course, the Bentley's best finish so far has been a 5th place at Long Beach. It wouldn't be too much of asking to say that they could match that here today.
Yeah, I'm really hoping for the Bentley team to do well here, because it is quite deserved for them.
Although Dalvan sees himself quite mired in lap traffic, both his teammate as well as Mike to contend with. As Flip, even though his car is damaged, he's still going up the field quite well. He just passed Kaz, who was in 12th. So Flip's still fighting quite a bit in this race. Oh, that's actually Kaz goes up in the background, and that allows Mike to pass him for 13. There's a lot of mistakes going on for a lot of the top guys. Two guys, excuse me, who have remained relatively clean have been Johnny, and well, Dalvan looks to have a little bit of damage, but I know it looks like a lot of people have damage, but keep in mind that's just our view from the commentary booth. Some of these guys don't actually have damage.
Yeah.
Although Bowie starting to catch Joe at a very fast rate. Only for the battle for 7th, the Nissan versus the Bentley. Bowie still with his time penalty though.
I do think the Nissan should be good here. We have seen it do very well on some of the more cornered tracks, so
let's go on board and see. He's still got advantage in the straight line, though. We'll see. Bowie's got a bit of an advantage under braking.
yeah, he's missing out on that top speed, but
just ahead of that's actually David. He spun around in the first chicane, or excuse me, second chicane. Able to get back going though. Bowie on the back of Joe. Joe takes a more defensive line to Sector 3. Bowie stick behind. That is, of course, flip just behind this fight. He's obviously going to try to catch up to Yubi. The next car ahead of him. Bowie looking for a move around the outside. Joe defends to the inside line. A little bit of contact there. Still able to hold on to 7th for now. Pretty wide, although he will have the inside for turn 2. The Bowie now up into 7th place, Split trying to get unlapped from Joe now as well. And with that, Bowie sets his sights on the second Bentley. Launched ahead of this, Vectro, who still has his penalty though, but has been able to pull out a gap, so if things stay the way he is now, he can actually still have that penalty, yet keep in 3rd. Sorry, did you want to say something?
Oh, no.
Okay. Well, even still, actually, just behind them, Ketsanel, who's coming back to the field now, is catching up to Rubert, who sits in 4th.
Let me just quickly check the penalties, though, because, yeah, as I thought, Vectro does seem to be taking a lot of liberties when it comes to track extending. There is a bit of a fight forming. As Bowie's back behind Joe.
Right, so Bowie made a mistake somewhere that allowed Joe to get back in front. Flip is actually in front of both of these guys now. And David's not too far up the road, so it kind of just depends on. He's hoping that these two keep fighting. And Joe kind of can hold Bowie back for him just a little bit. So I guess we have round 2 of the Battle of the Titans.
Godzilla versus the White Boy.
Okay, still though, I think in terms of pit stops that we still obviously have yet to see, Bowie's actually still got plenty of fuel comparatively. Joe has plenty of fuel as well. It seems like fuel consumption isn't too bad around here, as it's actually Flip, you see, going off in the background.
Just getting out of the way, I think.
It looked like he was pulling away. Seems like a lot of the top guys just kind of making a lot of mistakes here.
I can't tell if it's a confidence thing or what it is, but... or setup-wise, or... But I must have seen Vectro go very slidey through a lot of these corners.
A lot of it comes down to just general confidence, as he has built up 8 seconds over Rubert, so his 7-second penalty is sort of nullified there, as comes Joe up the inside of Bowie as he tries to overtake him around the outside. Bowie kind of on the curves though. You see on corner exit, Bowie does get the move around the outside. So he's back up in 7th now. So now Bowie looking to catch back up to Joe's teammate David now, who currently sits in 6th. He still has a heavy penalty of his own, though.
Let's check that one. 4 seconds.
Vector's out. He's now up to 9 seconds. If he's not careful, he could actually get a drive-through penalty at some point.
What is it? I think it's 10 seconds, and then you get a drive-through?
Somewhere around that.
So if he gets another penalty, he gets a drive-through.
I think Vector's just really pushing the limits, though.
But at that point, you sort of have to think, you know, okay, I should probably start slowing down a little bit more before the corners.
Of course, though, it's just behind there. You see Kev probably rumbled with him. He's steadily catching up to Robert. Each lap is just a little bit quicker. Of course, he didn't really get any damage from his spin. He just lost time, so he's still in just as good a position as anyone. He's actually got quite a lot of fuel. Of course, we always have to bring the fuel situation in, but since the fuel situation looks this good, could we see guys maybe trying to stretch it?
I don't think they'll make it all the way to the end, but they actually.
Well, I mean, obviously, you have to make a pit stop, but we could see guys stretching it, like maybe literally to like the last lap.
I mean, you know, then we'll see Sebastian Vettel 2010 at whatever track that was, where he literally only pitted because he had to for the thing, but the tire race. But it could actually make the race quite interesting to see when exactly people decide to pit.
Right. Could actually go through everyone's fuel situation. They currently sits on 28. Galvan on 28 as well. Victor at 28. Bear at 29. Kev at 30 now. David at 27. Bowie at 24. Joe at 26. Hondax at, well, from Hondax down, they've already pitted. Although it looks like Yuvi hasn't taken enough fuel, as well as Mike too. Chris Yuvi still in the fight with Flip. He's not too far behind, and Flip's bringing Kaz with him, as that's actually the fight for 11th place. It's very strange to see last week's winner not even inside the top 10 yet.
Yeah, but he did have a lot of bad luck at the start. I would watch back at the start, but due to technical errors, we don't have that. But you should have seen that almighty collision. Oh wait, that is Yuvi going very slowly.
Yuvi's currently sitting in the 10th spot, so this is the battle for 10th between Flip and Yuvi. So Yuvi decides to bend to the inside. Just behind them, that is actually, so that's Kaz and one of the Bentleys. Oh, that's Joe actually, who's in the middle of this skirmish.
Well, I believe, yeah, he's technically in front of them, but at the same time, oh, he's going to go pit now. Probably
to get out of the lap traffic, so Joe in for his scheduled pit stop now.
Let's check his. Okay, so Vector hasn't gone up anymore, but I want to see if he does the thing again. Because he's pretty much been drifting it around a lot of these corners.
Oh, Yuvi, who's now lost even more spots to Kaz. So he's all the way down to 12th now. As both the Audi and Ginetta go by him. Yuvi with a problem on his car, because he was quite a lot ahead.
As Dalavan pitting now.
So Dalavan, currently second, championship leader, is in the pits. So he's got to do everything he can to try to stop Johnny. Actually, Joe's still in the pits, you can see there in the background.
I do want to see who's going to come out relatively close to Dalavan. I think Kev's going to pass him. Once he does, David pass him.
Joe coming out of the pits right now. Dalavan's still sitting in his pit box though. Oh no, now he's going.
Now. This could actually be close, whether David catches him or not now. He's going to get out quite a bit ahead.
So Dalavan will get out in 5th place. Dalavan did come out in front of the Bentley, so he will likely drive away on those, not really pressure tires. I suspect he took fuel only.
They will have had a chance to cool down, so...
Instead, Bowie, we're looking on the inside of David for 6th place. Listen on the back of the Bentley. David's the slide. Bowie looks for a bit of a cutback through the chicane. How he's going to make that work, how wide the Bentley is.
It's again a Bowie versus Bentley. I think this must be the most frustrating thing a driver can see. Just the rear of the same car over and over again.
Oh,
he actually beats him.
Indeed, Bowie gets up into 6th place now, in front of Dalavan.
The double dummy. We do have another fight. Is it here? Yeah, it is here. Between Kev and Robert Racing.
Well, Kev actually got in front of Robert.
Yeah.
So Kev would likely chase down Vector, who comes in 2nd right now. But between David and Bowie, they're still really close together. A lot of this depends on how quickly Dalavan can get back up to speed. Also, when does Johnny decide to pit?
I'll be right back.
Wow, pretty bad lockup there. Waiting to Sector 3 allows David to catch up just a little bit. Actually, still have to keep an eye out for when these two pit. See Mike in his pits, like in the last time. With a few people pitting at the halfway mark.
I'm back.
Could suspect some people to pit roughly around the 15-minute mark.
Fuel usage is actually surprisingly low.
As I've been saying, it's not that bad here. At least compared to Spa, but
Spa's a hell of a long circuit.
the situation is always better than Spa. Even still though, we have seen quite a few people short pit.
Wait, Daza says, is it with his incident against Flip, he didn't spin out, he actually got hit, so... A bit of context there, I guess.
Speaking of Flip, he is currently fighting Cass for 10th place right now. He's got just ahead of him. He finds himself behind David. Try to overtake the Bentley. As you were saying, obviously Flip was on winner last week at Spa. He's actually been on a pretty good podium streak as of late, but it looks like that will end here. Actually, could check the penalties to see where everyone stands there. Because both Flip and Kaz have the same number of penalties, so... them are pretty far ahead of Yubi, as actually Flip was able to get around David. So you have quite a number of faster guys trying to overtake some of the lead lap teams. This bear must have had a small incident, either with lap traffic or something, because he's fallen off the back of Kev now.
Maybe he just runs a bit wide at the first corner.
Of course, a lot of drivers having to go through quite a bit of lap traffic here today. Bowie was one of them. See David, you can see kind of his lap traffic. It's actually really just Flip and Kaz who are the faster guys making their way through the field.
As Dalavan's got past David and is now hunting down Dalavan.
You mean Bowie.
Right, Bowie, whoops. Who did I say?
You said Dalavan got past
Oh,
David
whoops.
to go and catch Dalavan.
Oh.
But still, Bowie has to pit at some point. Of course, the Nissan and Bentley quite notorious for their lack of fuel conservation, so it's kind of a strange thing to notice. You see that they're obviously really fast in the straights, but when it comes to fuel consumption, they're pretty bad at it, honestly, compared to the rest of the grid. Happening. Mike was able to get around the UV to get back into 12th, although he still got a penalty there. Actually, speaking of the Mercedes, Hondax, who is ahead of Joe right now, he can go to the end, so currently as it stands, Joe, I think, is de facto 9th, while Hondax is currently sitting 8th overall. We could get David, actually. His times have been relatively quick, comparatively. So Hondax could actually make a late race run to get back into the top 6 if he's quick enough. So, what we thought was a horrible ending for him is actually might work out for him in the end.
Talking about catching up though, Kev caught up 2 seconds last lap on Vectro, so let's see what I think actually Kev might be able to catch Vectro.
Right, Vectro still with his penalties, so he's still not safe yet. Of course, Kev looking...
As Johnny's absolutely making flying laps right now.
Right. Johnny's pretty much been out in the lead of this race and hasn't looked back since. Of course, this is what he needs if he wants to bring the championship fight to Dalavan, as we pretty much are in the final 3 races of the season. So he'll need all the support he can get. Dalavan might be in 5th, but everyone around him still got to pit, as there goes Vectro into the pits right now. I suspect Bowie will be joining him relatively soon.
I think more than likely this lap.
Johnny yet to pit in as well. The gap between him and Dalavan is roughly 53 seconds. I think that's more than enough time.
I'll be right back.
Now into the pits. You see Vectro already out and away, so he comes back out 4th place, just ahead of Dalavan. Bowie trying to get as much fuel on that Nissan as possible. Actually, it looks like a fuel-only stop. And Dalavan coming in, or no, excuse me, David coming in now from 7th place, so this will allow Hondax to get past both of them. There goes Hondax, passing both these guys to get back up into 6th place. Bowie now out in the way. Finally comes out of the pits in 7th place. Kev, the Audi now decides to pit. And Bear following him as well as Vectro has come in again. I thought that he had come in for a pit stop, but it turns out he has gotten a drive-through penalty, so Vectro's podium aspirations might have just gone up in flames.
Whose podium aspirations?
Vectro has gotten a drive-through penalty.
Oh. Yeah.
So Dalavan will overtake Vectro to get up into 2nd. Vectro now out just behind Hubert. Johnny comes into the pits now. Hondax got up to 6th in the pit stop cycle, which moves David and Joe back to 8th and 9th. And now Kev will inherit 3rd place with Hubert following him. Vectro, even after his penalty, still sits right behind Hubert actually. Now that I think about it, we got roughly 3 cars all together now. As Johnny comes out of the pit road right now. As Johnny is now out of the pit lane, still retaining the lead of this race. Dalavan, though, is pretty lucky to get back into 2nd place. Not much time lost there.
Sorry, I'm back.
Great. We have a battle for 4th going on with Hubert. Hondax, who's looking down the inside of Vectro for 5th place. Vectro still got his penalty though, so Hondax will inevitably get 5th place.
He's supposed to take his drive through as well, I think, or has he?
Well, he's taking his drive through, but he's still got 10 seconds worth of points.
Yeah, because I know he pitted, but...
Vectro's very slidey on corner exit. This allows Hondax to pass around the outside. Vectro's still gonna put up a fight. He slides off corner exit again. All this allows Hubert to drive away quite a bit.
Peter, we'll try and get some interviews.
So it has been an insane day for everyone involved. Still looking for a way. He doesn't have to fight too hard, but he's got Hubert just in front of him, so the most he can salvage is a 4th place. Actually, Vectro's still fighting Hubert as well. Minutes left on the clock. Vectro decides to dive down to the inside of Hubert for 4th place. He does take 4th for now, but he's still got to build up about a 10-second gap. Because Hondax and Hubert both feisty enough. Hubert breaks early. Hondax gets inside, small contact, pushes Hubert out. And now Hondax back up into the top 5 for that Mercedes car.
I think that will be looked at, because that was just pretty much Hondax doing very super ultra late braking, and
Vectro loose on corner exit. Keeps it together, though.
That. How did he hold that together?
Meanwhile, though, for your update down the field, everyone has made their scheduled pit stop for now, so this is likely how the race will play out. On next with another look at the inside of Vectro. Another curve there. I'd like to see if he gets a penalty for that. Vectro might not be happy with that circumstance, but still Hondax goes through for 4th place. Walks to the inside through the chicane. There's now in the bear. Gonna try to hold steady with both of these guys. So this is a very impressive comeback from Hondax though, considering all that he's gone through today.
Yeah, he had quite a serious incident, and I think for a lot of people that might have been even a race-ending incident. You know, you don't really come back from crashing in the beginning of the course, losing a rear wing
Now
to 4th.
Now that you mention it, Kaz is also out of this race too. Forgot to mention that.
Yeah, I saw that somebody left.
Ooh, Vectro! Spinning off of turn 1.
You can only say that a certain amount of times.
You gotta be careful now because you got Bowie, and Bowie has less penalties than Vectro, so...
I should quickly check exactly how that's 6 seconds, so... Well, at least is the effective amount of Vector's penalties to Bowie.
Vector's still not safe because Bowie's been showing quite a lot of speed in the late race too. He's actually set some of the fastest laps on the grid.
I think that's actually the fastest lap of the race. And there is Bowie.
Right, you can see just in the background, just roughly near 10 minutes to go in this race. There's a lot of guys who've already packed it up and hoping to see some better success next week. Of course, next week will be the second to last race. Trying to see where that is. Which will be at Burnham.
And then the last race at Zolder.
So it's still anybody's championship, with Johnny taking away Matt's points here over Dalavan.
This will actually be very close.
However, for Kaz, I think his championship run ends here, which is pretty unfortunate though, because he was really, early on he was an early championship favorite, but then just had a number of bad races happen to him over and over again, and I think with this race, his championship run might be done for.
I mean, mathematically he can win, but, you know, mathematically Bottas could win at Mexico. Or I still have a chance.
Flip 2 was another contender who had a chance of making a rebound this race, but if his low finish today, it looks like his championship run will also end, which is also unfortunate because he looked like he was making a comeback, especially with the win last time out. He now finds himself on the back of Joe fighting for 9th place, so the Bentley's not having the late in the run speed that they need.
So quite a good showing from David to actually outrun Joe by quite a couple seconds.
Still has roughly 2-second time penalties, but he's got plenty of time to make that up. Bowie, on the other hand, has more or less caused Vector to start pushing the envelope a little bit. Both of them have caught up to Robert. Now Vector blocking Bowie. Bowie looks down to the inside in turn 2. Bowie can't close the door on him. Excuse me, Vector can't close the door on him. And so now that is Bowie's slight contact, pushing the Porsche just a bit.
Huge Dutchman.
And indeed, Bowie now up into the confirmed 6th place. Although Vector still has a lot of time penalties. And Bowie, even if he does get past Rubert, he will have to gain 4 seconds. Ooh, his contact between Rubert. Oh, and Bowie, hard back end into the wall, actually.
That was very unfortunate. I think that was more or less a racing incident. That was just bad timing, really. I'm looking back at it on the stream, and no, that was, never mind. I take it back, because I thought at first that Rubert just lost it, but it looked like Rubert wanted to cover him off, and it was just bad timing.
Oh, while that's happening, Vectro got back around Rubert. He's actually further up the road.
That is Honda's.
Right, that's Honda's up the road. Vectro, actually Rubert, he might have slowed down quite a bit after that contact. Not sure if Bowie will have to pit. He may or may not stay out, but if he does decide to pit, this will relinquish 8th, 9th, and 10th to Flip. As Flip's still currently trying to get past Joe while this is happening.
But to answer your question, it was I only saw Flip who actually came off backwards. I don't know who else crashed the first corner, but I know first lap incident it was Flip, you, and I think someone else, but I can't quite think. I think Evil as well.
Right, as Evil was out of this race a lot earlier. Flip's still trying to make up the spots though to get inside the top 10.
I think that's really just very unfortunate for Bowie though, as we enter almost the last 5 minutes.
I don't think he's gonna pit though. He looks to still...
No, at this point there's no point in pitting.
Well, this car's looking a little bit worse for wear.
Like the co-driver says in Dirt Rally, the chassis mucked up, but that's just aesthetic damage.
Still though, Joe is able to keep ahead with his top speed. Flip can't really gain too much momentum out of the corners though.
I mean, yeah, we've seen how that car just doesn't have the acceleration or top end to actually keep up with a lot of these cars.
Of course, Flip might also still be carrying just a tiny bit of damage too. Also, if there was a car that's very much been out of the wars today, it would probably be Johnny and Joe, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, Joe's not really one to get into incidents. I mean, he's maybe had a small incident here or there, but I don't really think we've seen him get into any serious big incidents.
I think everyone else has been involved in something, more or less. Except Dalavan, I'm not too sure about him.
I think Dalavan had something early on where he might have had a small spin or gone off somewhere, because he was leading Dalavan, Johnny, I think, who's in third? I think Vectro. No, Bowie. And then he suddenly fell down to third and then to fourth.
Speaking of Vectro, and Rubert still going at it. Of course, Vectro still has to pull out quite a lot of time over Rubert. Rubert's going to try to make sure that Vectro doesn't gain that time on him. Meanwhile, Flip with the run off turn 4. Is he going to make the move? Oh, there's contact! Oh, and Flip hard into the wall. Joe had contact with the wall too. And Flip ends up backwards going into the first chicane.
I'm checking that now. So it looks like, yeah, Flip was just moving ever so slightly to the left, and yeah, there was no space to go, Flip.
Joe, I think, has contact on his left side, though. He might be able to keep it going. Oh no, his car is stopped there. You can just see.
Check if he's got suspension. Yeah, I can't actually really see the steering wheel very well.
be on his left side though, so it'll be a little bit hard to see.
Let's see if he gets fired. I don't think he's got much suspension damage if he does.
Even still, that was a hard hit for both of them.
That was pretty much top speed, you know.
Yeah. Well, so much for clean driver.
Flip the gentleman that he is.
I guess we'll add that to the list of commentators' curses.
Oh wait, yes! Now we've almost had an incident of the commentator's curse every race. Almost every race.
While that's happening, the car behind, that is the lap down car of Mike, so that is not for position. But still, Vectra and Robert still going at it for 5th place. Into just under 3 minutes to go in a very, very wacky Zolder race.
I think Zolder's one of those races where, even last season when we were here with the Radicals, that was a crazy race as well.
And still, all the craziness has happened behind the leaders.
Yeah, actually, you know, for all the incidents that's happening, you know, nothing really seems to happen with the blue flags, which I'm actually quite impressed with. I mean, I don't think we've actually seen a blue flag yet.
Well, none that we know of.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Pete, Joe's the most violent driver that we've ever seen, I think.
maybe off track. We'll see where Johnny is with respect to the rest of the field, actually. He might be just, right behind the bear. So he is coming to the last lap of the race. It'll be another important victory towards his championship hopes. So it looks like our championship will be decided between Johnny and Dalavan in the coming 2 races.
Just really doing the math. It's going to be 5 points difference, so Johnny gains in by 5 points. That means that there will be a 9-point difference heading into the last 2 races. So if either of them, well, Johnny has to win both races, or he has to outscore Dalavan by at least 5 points in Bruno and Silverstone per race.
He can do that if he wins and Dalavan finishes second in both races. But I mean, you gotta remember how the season started for Johnny. It looks like he was just gonna be mid-pack for a lot of the season, and then I don't know, he put something in that car because he's just been in podium position after podium position every race except for Spa. And Dalavan, of course, has been consistent every race.
Yeah, Dalavan throughout the entire season has actually been up there, but I think Johnny's had the most surprising comeback where, looking at his points now, he had 15 in Dubai, 17 in Rapuna, 4 at Alton, and 8 at Long Beach, to getting win at Watkins Glen, second in Imola, a win in Algarve, and win in Red Bull Ring. So, definitely been a big season turnaround for him.
Maybe they put the DAS system in this car. I saw how good it worked for Bali after Long Beach.
Yeah. It's the, what's it called, McLaren Mercedes team again.
Oh, old partnerships never die. But either way, amidst this incredibly bizarre circumstance of a race, Johnny will cement himself as a real championship threat. He will win in round 10 at Zolder. And congratulations to the guy. Dalavan, of course, just coming in second, but, you know, at some point, even those seconds are not going to cut it if he wants to go for the championship.
This will actually be his first second place. He's only ever gotten third or a win.
Well, the more you know. But I'm just saying, if he continues to get seconds, it might not be enough comparatively to Johnny.
What's that in the middle of the track there? Who's missing a,
I think that's
front
Bowie's
bumper?
rear.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, Kev will come across to finish third. Another good comeback for him. And also another surprising comeback from Hondax. He will come across to finish fourth. Still waiting that first podium though. Pretty sure even he's aggravated because he had a really good chance today before his incident.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate for him.
Bear will look to get fifth over Vectro. And then I believe everyone else is a lap down, so Bowie will get 7th. Both the Bentleys round out 8th and 9th. 10th will go to the second Mercedes of Mike. Flip will finish 11th. And Yubi will round out all those who finished the race. Those who didn't finish include Kaz, Evil, Razy, and... I know I'm missing somebody.
Who do you all have?
Well, everyone here. Kaz, Evil, Razy.
Daza?
Yeah, Daza, sorry.
Okay.
There you have it. And actually, it's Bowie who has the fastest lap of anyone.
Quickly gonna send the results to Razy.
Oh, right. So, who do you think was driver of the day?
I mean, let me just check this here, because Honda came back after that, you know, pretty much that comeback drive. Johnny again, clean race from start to finish, won the race again by a 25-second margin. It's difficult to say because I think, yeah, it would probably be Johnny just because, you know.
All right. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
he's the one person who didn't put a foot wrong all day, so seems like the obvious choice. So I will also have to agree on that. I mean, it's the kind of drive you need if you're going for the championship.
Yeah, I mean, he's been so strong these last couple of races, it's unbelievable.
Well, after a race like that, I don't know who'd be willing to give us an interview, but we'll certainly try our hardest.
See if I can get anyone. Bowie doesn't want to because I think he's a bit angry at Rubert. Vector says these drive-thrus are a joke.
I mean, when you amass 10-second penalties.
Yeah, at some point there does have to be a sufficient enough punishment for. Oh, Kev wants to do one if no one else wants.
Fair enough.
Kev, our man on the ground.
You're just saying that because the Audi is literally like rolling on the ground.
Oh no, just because he's the only one who's pretty much always in our interviews.
Alright, well, just hold on while we go and see if we can get Kevin here for an interview after that race. Okay, I invited him, so he should be joining any minute now. But I mean, even though we kind of missed the start, it still was a very interesting race overall.
That was a very interesting race, yes. Hello.
Hi there, guys. How are
Hey.
you guys doing?
Well,
We're doing pretty good. A hell of a race.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a little bit more complicated on our end, but at least we were able to get most of the race in.
Yeah, can happen. I had some problems yesterday as well, so
But
it's fine as long as we have at least a stream, right?
right.
Yeah.
We'll get all the extra stuff fixed afterwards. But for now, tell us how the race went from your perspective.
Well, of course, I had a pretty good start. I overtook Hondax right off the line. Then I got held up by Flip and Bowie, who were side by side. So I was like, I'm just gonna stay behind them and see what happens. And then Flip touched Bowie, and then he spun, and I was at the right place, because if I would have been on the inside a bit more, I would have collected Flip, which would not have been nice. But I don't know if it was the second lap or the first lap. Then I spun in the fourth corner. I managed to make it all up again.
Right.
Which was pretty good.
Right. Obviously, you did come back to get a podium, but you'd be surprised to know that a lot of drivers were kind of fluctuating positions that whole race. I mean,
Yeah, on my telemetry I saw some battling going on. I saw some guys were pretty close, and I was like, yes, battle, because then I could. Then they slow down, and I could make a bigger gap, which is exactly what happened to Hondax and Vectro, Ruber, and Bowie, which was
Right.
pretty good.
well, we know it was a good race for you, but unfortunately with this result, your teammate is more or less now out of championship contention now, so, where do you go from there?
Yeah, I saw he spun, and I didn't know what happened because, yeah, of course I didn't see it. And then a bit later on, I saw Honda's driving slow on track without a rear wing. So I made the conclusion that they must have collided. And now I messaged Cass, and he said he had 50 damage, so he retired. And I have to say, many people have retired this race.
I think 4 people retired.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but he actually had contact and an incident with Hondax off of turn 4, the same area you had spun. So,
Yeah, he told me that. Yeah. Cass said that Honda spun, and then Cass collided with Honda because there was nowhere to go. Actually, I was pretty lucky with back markers and stuff. Everyone went out of the way, good and clean. Thanks everyone for that. And I didn't really have any more spins apart from that first spin.
right. Well,
I just took it real slow and steady. Didn't really push. And that's what made me stay on track and get third position, I think.
well, unlike you, everyone else seems to not have ended the race in a positive mood.
I think that's a bit of an understatement looking at the Discord.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some guys really had bad races. Had a bad race, like Mike, for instance. I overtook him like 4 times while he was sideways in the gravel trap, so he obviously didn't have a good race. And I was in a chat with Bowie, and he had a crash with the Ruber in the last 10 minutes, and he was pretty angry about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we thank you for holding out with us. I'm sure this whole scenario will inevitably be looked at.
Yeah, if no one wants to do it, I'll do it. Because, yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's how I look at it.
Well, I mean, this video is broadcasted under different circumstances, so that'll all get fixed in post-production, hopefully. But there is still a race video, just saying.
Yeah, and that's what matters, isn't it?
Right, so, do you have anything
Something
else
is better than nothing.
Exactly.
Right. Did you have something to say, Dutch?
No.
Right.
Everything got answered, so.
Right, well, 2 more races to go. We'll see how the championship comes down.
Yeah, I've been making a comeback lately, I think. I've been doing good last races. At least.
Actually, that is a question I can maybe ask. What is your plan for the last 2 races as a team with Cass? Because are you guys looking to, just cement your first place in the constructors, or?
Yeah, we really want to have that second constructors championship win. Last season we had it, and Cass said to me before the race, like, if we both end in a good positions this time, we probably have won the constructors championship. But obviously that didn't really happen for Cass. He retired, sadly. But I think we can win this, as the Ginetta guys and the Mercedes guys didn't really have good races. So
yeah.
They are the biggest threat to us in a constructors championship, and in the other championship, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't really have a plan for that. I just I'll just see where I end. I don't really am that concerned anymore about where I finish.
Yeah,
I'd
you're
like
in 6th
to be
now, but after this,
top 5, obviously. But
well, after this finish, you will more than likely have jumped over Mike.
well, that's good. That's good. Let's see what I can do. I don't think I'll be able to get in the top 3, but may be able to get 4th. We'll see.
Yeah, 4th is Flip Flip, who had 127 points before this race. So, actually, let's see. You'll get really close to him, but I don't think you'll go over him now.
That will make for some battling in the championship in the last 2 races.
Exactly.
Right.
Which is always fun, obviously.
Well then, thank you for joining us in this unorthodox episode of Gavra Racing. We hope things return to a bit of normalcy next week, but obviously, thank you all for joining us here. I have been Cypher Knight 77.
I've been Dutch Musa.
There you go. Sorry. Awkward. I've been Kev. Yeah, you can call me that.
And we'll see you next week at Burno. So thank you.
Fun track.